Hello there guys, and welcome to another video. It's me, Foorun, and I'm back with a cave base guide today. So I'm going to be showing you how to build a cave base, the way that I build a cave base. So you're going to utilize all of the angles in the cave so that you can get maximum honeycombing within there. I'm not going to specifically tell you where to keep your loot, and I will suggest that you tweak this design slightly. Just use the techniques that I'm using to maximize the cave base that you want to build, and don't go exactly for this, because otherwise we're going to end up with hundreds of people with the same cave bases. So first of all, I'm going to place a foundation over here. Now I may need to replace this a couple times to get the exact design that I want, but just bear with that. Now that is pretty perfect. Okay, so let's get the walls up. We're going to want to place walls in every single place we can. I know we're in a cave, but it's going to help because we want to utilize every single bit of space that we can from this base, and we want to get everything up. We want a load of ceilings in here so that we can make the most of all of this space. So we've got that taken off. Now let's get some ceilings up everywhere, and then we're going to place a ladder hatch just here. So now we've got our first nice little room built up, which is great. So we're going to want to place down some more floors. And I'll put another ladder hatch just there. Okay. So now we've got that. So let's just quickly add in some extra honeycomb over onto this part. So get that there like that, and we don't really need that space here. It could be used if you really wanted to use it, but I'm not too fussed about it, so I'm going to put in an extra layer of honeycomb just blocking off that little side hole. So we've got that built up. That's pretty good. I'll work on the front in a little while. I'm going to start off now by going downstairs and building some more inside. So pop this here. Now to get in there, you can either put yourself a large box there, or just go for a ladder up the side of the cave, but whichever one you'd prefer, use that. Okay then guys, now it's time for the bottom part of the cave. I may need to rework this a couple times, so please do just bear with me. I'm going to try and leave these couple rocks here open, because I do want to place a small chest inside of one of them. If you have seen my other videos, then you will understand how I do that. That's not bad. So now then, let's just wall it all off once again. Okay, so now then, let's go once again with all of the floors. That's fine. Okay, so now we're going to go up to the next level, and we're going to want to expand this just ever so slightly. Going to work. Don't want to expand off any more over there, otherwise we're going to trap ourselves. Okay, and next just here. We only want to block off the walls now on places where people may be able to look in and so on. So now we've got a nice little space up here where we can store boxes, furnaces. Furnaces are always good up here because you can put them in underneath here and you can still use them perfectly fine. So I mean, whatever you want to put up here, put up here. I'm not going to dictate how you build your base. It's completely up to yours or your clan's dynamic on how you build it. So now we've got 3 layers down at the back of this cave, which is pretty substantial space. So now what we're going to do with this little back part of the base, we're going to get ourselves a sleeping bag, and we're going to pop this in as close to the back as we can. That will do. And now we're just going to pop some chests around. So if we pop one up here, and just where these cross, so if I place just about like that should do it. And then we'll place another one next to it just so it doesn't look too suspicious. Now if we place up a wall here, as you can see from behind this part of the wall, we can loot that box. So now we've got ourselves a hidden loot room. So you may want to just put a nice little name on this so you know exactly what it is. Hidden loot room. And then if we hop back out of here, just block that off. Block that off again there. Now use a hammer to turn these around so that it doesn't look suspect. Now we're going to place ourselves our tool cupboard down here. You want to get it in as like close to the back as the cave as you can. So we'll quickly authorize on that, pop that up, and then turn these around again so they all look uniform at the back of your cave. So now you've got your little room down the back, you've got your cupboard in, you've got a secret loot room so that you can store all your goodies, and we've got the bottom part of the cave built. So that's all done. You've still got all this space up here as well. I mean, if you want to use this for something else, you probably can get a couple of extra foundations in here. So you could always put anything down here really. I mean, you can get in a foundation, put a foundation there if you wanted to put something specific on a foundation, or you could even just pop up some stairs. If it would let me, and you can use that to get up your ladder. If that's how you want to work it, you can work it however you want. You could even leave that as twig and remove it and replace it every single time. So now we've got a hell of a lot of space in this cave base so far. We've got enough places where we could store our loot and anything else that we could possibly want. Our only issue now is this part. You could get straight into one of the rooms that you could possibly store loot in just from here. So now we're going to want to build out the front of the base. So should be able to get foundation pretty close. That'll do it. It's at max height, which is the only issue there. But because this is not sloping downwards outside of the cave, we won't have any issues here. So we'll build this up and around. Now pretty much once you get to this part, you can go exactly wherever you want. I'm just showing you that you want to get this pretty much the same height, and then pop a foundation like that, a floor triangle even. So then you can just get yourself one doorway there, and that's not going to work. That's going to be stubborn. One way we can fix this problem, just take that out and pop down a... that works. And then we can just pop that like that and have that. That's one way to combat that problem. So now we've got our way into our cave base, and we've got 2 layers here on the side, but 2 layers isn't good enough, so let's get up around there and we'll put on a couple extra. We've got the standard 3 that everybody likes to add there, and that'll be pretty perfect. So now when you try to get in through this cave base, it's going to be, what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4 layers at minimum to get through this cave. Now that isn't too shabby if you ask me, and we'll just pop that on top of there so that it looks a bit more better. So there we go, we've got that. Now pretty much what you do on the outside of your cave base now is completely up to you. I myself generally try to build up as big as I can and encase the whole cave so that it doesn't actually look like it's a cave base. But you can only really do that if you're far away from everybody else and nobody's really noticing what's going on with your base. But it's completely down to you now, guys, what you do on the outside. I mean, on the inside, it's completely down to you as well. I'm just showing you how you can manipulate the way that the cave is built so that you can get these nice little extra layers. I mean, we've got a layer of honeycomb between this, so we've got a nice little air pocket. Then we've got all of this bit up here, and then even if you get through all of that, you've got another big air pocket, and you can do whatever you want with all of this space in between as well. So it's just maximizing how secure the cave base is. Naturally, you're not just going to leave this all open as well. You're probably going to pop yourself up a couple of extra doors all around the place. You're going to pop up a load of walls. You're going to get this thing looking super secure, and you're going to box in loads of extra things. This is going to be one of the most secure bases, especially in terms of a cave base, if you build it this way, leaving all these little air gaps. And especially if you've got a nice flat surface on the outside, or not sloping downwards, you can do a lot more out the front of the cave base as well, especially if there are more of you. So I hope you have enjoyed these little tips today, guys. If you have, please do give the video a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more content, then hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day.